So a year ago, I made this video talking about Billy Mcfarland. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because that is the man who was behind the disaster known as Fyre Fest, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with. There was 2 documentaries that were made about it, and even if they weren't made, the stories people had alone were insane enough. No beds, horrible meals, no entertainment. Billy basically had these people pay to stay at their own open-air prison. And if you saw the documentary, I'm not sure which one, but at the end of one of them, it showed Billy still trying to scam people while dealing with the fallout of Fyre Fest. I think he was selling Met Gala tickets, which aren't even available to peasants like you and me. You have to be famous and then invited to even attend, I'm pretty sure. And it was actually confirmed that he was selling fraudulent tickets to Met Gala as well as Burning Man and Coachella. But basically the documentary ended showing that Billy didn't learn his lesson or show any remorse for what he did. And still, after serving jail time, not much, less than 4 years of his 6-year sentence, he is still showing that he's still the same old Billy that scammed investors out of millions. So this is the video we posted a year ago announcing Fyre Fest 2.
What's up, guys? Quick fire update. People have applied to buy 20,000 tickets since Monday morning, but the island only holds 3,000 people. So we are moving on and focusing on booking talent. Drop a line. Who do you want to see perform at Fyre Festival 2?
Now, I think it should worry everyone that he doesn't seem to care at all about how the last Fyre Fest went. Had you not known anything about what happened and you saw this video, you would have thought Fyre Fest was the biggest festival since Lollapalooza. Like the way he just casually asked us who we'd like to see perform, like if every single one of the artists who was supposed to perform at the last Fyre Fest didn't drop out, should be a giant red flag. Like I'm sure whoever we say we want to see perform has Billy's number and anybody associated with him blocked in preparation for this very moment. And he says that 20,000 people applied to buy tickets, but when you see what he set the prices at, I can tell you that 99% of those 20,000 people chose the $1,400 option. And not even that, these people are buying tickets in the hopes that they'll get on the potential Fyre Fest 2.0 documentary, not because they think this is going to be awesome. This might be one of the only times people are buying tickets to something in the hopes that it doesn't go as planned. Which I mean, is kind of impressive when you think about it. Your first event was so shitty that people actually want to experience the shit for themselves firsthand. They want to get nice and shitty, baby. But I actually applied for a ticket myself. I did say I was Taylor Swift, but they didn't seem to have a problem with that and said they'd get back to me soon. And when you think about it, how many of those 20,000 applications were like me and just filled them out as a complete joke? But here are the prices for the tickets, $1,400 all the way up to the Prometheus package, and that's the one I applied for. So if you're getting DMs about 4 tickets to Fyre Fest 2, Taylor, that's for me, you, and 2 guests of my choice. But again, this should worry everyone who's thinking about going. Like I said, with the previous Fyre Fest in mind and how they showed that unless you are an influencer, regardless of what you paid, you're all going to get the same treatment. The people who paid $1,400 got the same shitty cheese sandwich as the people who paid $25,000. And I'm pretty sure in one of the documentaries, they also said that there was no record of anyone actually buying the $1 million ticket. And let's not forget about Andy, the star of the show. Who's gonna be the next Andy? Who's gonna be Billy's next victim? You will never find a more dedicated employee than Andy. We need him on our team, because you've been sucking ass. But this is how the site looked a year ago. This is what the main page said. Fyre Fest 2 is taking place April 25th through April 28th, 2025. Holy F word. That's like 2 weeks away. And then after that, you would do all the signing up, claim to be whoever you want, and then wait for your confirmation email that is definitely going to your spam folder. Ain't no way any email provider is letting a Fyre Fest email get into your inbox. But yesterday, as I was looking for something to watch, I see that Billy is having trouble securing an actual location for Fyre Fest 2, and seeing as that we're only 2 weeks out from the actual event, this is again something that should worry everyone. Especially when not even 2 weeks ago, he's telling everyone about the lineup.
First, I am so grateful to be bringing together 1,800 people who not only have the courage to take a chance on me, but have the courage to prove the impossible possible and the courage to be a part of history. This week, we will begin to release the lineup. We'll have DJs, rappers, reggae artists, pop stars, but also athletes, divers, models, pilots, and creators who will lead the experiences for our guests.
Dog, what the fuck is a pilot gonna do? He's gonna teach us how to fly? This is a festival, not a fucking bucket list. Like divers? This isn't the Olympics. I don't want to pay someone to watch dive into some water. Unless they're belly flopping from the top of a cliff, I think I can speak on behalf of everyone, and I'm not even going. We don't want to see divers. We want women, men, food, beer, drugs, beer, drugs. And I like how he starts listing off things that come standard when throwing a music festival. Like, if you have to let people know that there will be DJs and rappers at your music festival, then you're already looking at more jail time before anything else even starts. That's like opening up a restaurant and you start letting people know that there's going to be food there. Oh yeah, let us know what you guys want at the restaurant. Let us know what you guys want at the menu. And they're going to be like, what? That's literally your job. What are you talking about? But it says that the first location they said the festival would be at was this place called Isla Mujeres. Only when the government found out about that, they're like, this dude didn't tell us shit, only in Spanish and with more authority.
Originally, the weekend festival was billed for May 30th to June 2nd at Isla Mujeres, Mexico, near Cancun. Only problem, the town's tourist board denied any knowledge of the festival.
So he changed the location to a place a couple hours south called Playa del Carmen. And now their government is also like, dude didn't tell us shit, but in Spanish and with more authority.
So organizers announced Fyre 2 would actually be held a couple hours south in Playa del Carmen. Except now, officials there are denying involvement too.
Only Billy is like, hold on there, buddy. Hold on there, you little Mexican feller. I have receipts. And so he posted on the Fyre Fest Instagram documents showing that he in fact did reserve this location, saying Fyre has been working directly with the government of Playa del Carmen and their officials since March 5th, 2025 to ensure a safe and successful event. All media reports suggesting our team has not been working with the government of PDC are simply inaccurate and based on misinformation. Fyre has operated as a good partner with the PDC government and has allowed the proper process and procedures to lawfully host an event as outlined below. And then he says whatever laws he followed as well as some documents. Now, while it is cool he does have proof he actually got the island, I don't even think that was an issue the first time. The location of where it actually was, yeah, but him getting the place to actually have it at wasn't as big an issue as everything else was. But posting all these documents, while a good thing, he really just fucked himself over. One, if the event is supposed to happen 2 weeks from now, why has he barely started reserving the place it's supposed to be held at a month before the event takes place? This was announced a year ago, and he's still barely even able to confirm the location without somebody telling him he's wrong? But it gets better, because remember in the first video how he said the island can hold a maximum capacity of 2,000 people?
People have applied to buy 20,000 tickets since Monday morning, but the island only holds 3,000 people.
Well, according to the documents he posted, the permits he got only allow him to have at most 250 people at this event. That's 250, not 2,500, but 250. Just for comparison, that's the max amount of people allowed to be in an Olive Garden. Like it says right here, capacity for 250 people. This dumbass just exposed himself for being the liar we all know and hate, while still trying to make it seem like he didn't post this exact document we weren't meant to see. But if you thought only having 250 people show up to an event that was supposed to be bigger and better than the one that 5,000 people showed up to, well then you're gonna love when I tell you that the location he booked doesn't even allow live music to be played. It says in a permit he posted from March 26, through which he requested the operating permit for emissions into the atmosphere for a special event with recorded music for the special event called Fyre Festival 2. So again, this dumbass just exposed himself trying to be like, you guys see I'm not a liar, it's really happening. Yeah, and there are girls who throw Sweet 16 parties who have more than 250 people show up with live music. This idiot did the two worst possible things anyone can do when throwing a music festival. Make sure the minimum number of people are allowed and nobody is allowed to perform any kind of live music. The fact that he posted about this himself and is still acting like this is going to happen is actually fucking bananas. That shit's bananas, right, Gwen Stefani? How do you spell that? No? We didn't pay for the music rights? See, that's why we need Andy. Now, while everything he's saying seems too good to be true, he has relaunched the website to patch up any of those doubts you had. And by update, I mean it's the exact same thing, just with a different UI. Like they still have the same ticket prices, only now they're in different colors. And yes, they do have the $1 million ticket. The origin of the Prometheus Pass is shrouded in secrecy. Legend has it that it was inspired by the Titan Prometheus, who defied the gods to give humanity fire, a spark of creation and innovation. This pass is not for the faint of heart, nor is it for the casual attendee. It is for those who seek to rise above, who don't just want to witness history, but aspire to shape it. Imagine paying $1 million to listen to a DJ play a Spotify playlist. I don't care how exotic you make this website, dog, them Mexican permits got you fucked. But let's move on to the experiences. Water adventures, extreme sports, leisure and wellness, culture and creative activities. There's one too many ands in there. This is what defies Fyre. Explore, embrace the unknown, and defy the impossible alongside some of the most fascinating people in the world, then come together at night to celebrate. There is no other event like this. Now, that's probably the only thing that's true about this. There's nothing like Fyre Fest, and there never will be, hopefully. But if we go back to the permit he posted, one of them says that he's only allowed to have the festival go on from the hours of midnight and 4 a.m. I don't think I can come up with a festival worse than this if I try. This dude is hyping up actual shit. Literal poop. You guys are going to get there and be like, ew, why is it so stinky? And that's because of Billy's bullshit that he spread everywhere. Like, don't get me wrong, we all love a good comeback story, and I'd love to see Fyre Fest become the next big thing as much as the next guy. Unfortunately for Billy, I'm the next guy, and I hate Fyre Fest. What's crazy is that at one point he was actually selling tickets and people were actually able to spend their money on it, like these two people did, but still, even after buying one, they know about as much as we do, and we didn't buy shit.
I want to be fully confident that when I arrive in Mexico that there is a festival.
Now, I think he has moved the dates back to May 20th, but still, with all this new information coming out, ain't no way this is going to be anywhere near the comeback festival he was hoping it's going to be. Will it make a good documentary? Maybe like an extended YouTube channel or video. Like have Netflix still release it, but like put it on their Netflix as a joke channel. You know what I mean? Now, I know I said no video on Saturday, but depending on when I get home, I might upload this on Sundays. But if it is Saturday, you're welcome. And if it's uploaded on Sunday, you're welcome. Until then, peace.